right, y'all. Hello, hello. We are old school. Doing this with my phone because my son is studying for finals and needed my laptop. So we are here for cardinal signs: Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. My beautiful Divine Rebel members. I'm going to do my best to timestamp these as I go, but my phone's all the way over there. And the numbers on the timer are super little, so I just might say fucking go back. Just go back and figure it out, since this is currently unlisted because I can't actually record live for my members only without my laptop. Yeah. So let's see. Spirit, please. Patch. Okay. Now I will say for this live, Cancer and Capricorn, Lilith, wherever she is at in her elliptical, mind you, I was super fucking excited to know that this bitch was out of Cancer for like 10 fucking years. Wherever she's at in her elliptical, she's going deep back into Cancer for like half of June. Like all the way back to like 20 degrees Cancer. And I'm not excited. To top it off, Capricorn is gonna regain Pluto, and Pluto will be back at 29 degrees Capricorn, opposing this wonderful Lilith energy. So right on my 29-degree Cancer moon, right? Opposing. It's gonna be great. So I'm sure there will be tons of stuff being revisited with Lilith retrograde and direct in Cancer this month, and how that affects the other cardinal signs, right? Aries and Libra, which they will be squaring. Okay. Keep that in mind. Remember, challenges need to be risen to. Squares are challenges, and oppositions require integration, right? Lesson learning and application. So we're going to use Patch Tarot. I feel like there's more, Spirit. The Tarot of the Abyss. I'll be using these two decks for June. All right, that is this one and this one. Okay. Those are the two, and of course, we will be having a separate video, 𝙛𝙧𝙤𝙀, for all sign guidance for you guys. All right. So, Spirit, please, for Aryan energy. What is going on with Aries? Aries energies, Aries placements, the house in which Aries rules for you. What does this energy look like in June? What does this energy look like in June? We've got the Queen of Swords, the Princess of Cups, the Prince of Wands and Death, clarities, please? We've got the Five of Cups, the Queen of Wands. Clarify the Prince of Wands and Death. We've got the Ace of Discs. And the Light in reverse. With Fortune and the Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. Top of the deck is the Two of Discs. All right. What else is going on with Aries? What does June feel like? What does June feel like? We got what June looks like. What does June feel like for Aries? Got the Ten of Wands. The Eight of Swords. And the Tower. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Clarities, please. Clarities, please. The Knight of Swords. Clarify the Eight of Swords. We got the Sun. Okay. With the Nine of Swords. Jesus. Aries. It's not handling the square well. Especially now that Jupiter's gone, right? Jupiter is gone for June. You got Eris and Chiron. Like, that's literally what Aries got left with. They got left with fucking Eris and Chiron. And we've got the Tower clarified by the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So the Wheel of Fortune's out twice now, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Oh, there's another one. And the Four of Wands. So that was literally on the bottom upside down. So we've got the Magician on the bottom, Gemini and Virgoian energy, and the King of Swords on top, Libran energy. So lots of air. Okay. Or Aquarian energy, right? Depending on how you look at it, it's definitely air. Aries. What does it look like? It looks like you're juggling a lot with a soulmate that you probably have really strong emotional attachments to, that you've made an emotional investment in, that you care, or I've shown you cared, right, with your energy for a long time. But when you're looking at the reality for what it is, you're seeing the drain, right? The Queen of Swords is perceptive, and the Five of Cups is loss. We also have the Princess of Cups with the Queen of Wands. This is dreamy and passionate. Now, mind you, the Princess of Cups is in the upright, but she's positioned like the Hanged Man. Okay, she's Piscean energy with the Queen of Wands. Which is Leo energy. It's fixed fire. You even got the cat in the background. This is about, right, especially if you're perceiving that what has transpired or what is going on in June is identifying loss, then what you need to focus on in order to redirect that energy is seeing things from a different perspective, a growth perspective, allowing yourself to find courage, and maybe expressing how you feel about what has been invested, right? Whether it's money or time or emotion, consideration, like actually having a very genuine, innocent conversation with no preconceived notions about how it will or won't go, right? Going very emotionally innocent and discuss it, right? Having the courage to discuss it, because it's not a matter of pride, it's a matter of identifying what the problem is. Is the problem someone is distracted and they want to reciprocate but they don't know how, right? And that they're taking advantage without realizing it? Or is it, you know, identifying that the reality is someone just doesn't care like you do, right? So it's a matter of going in very innocent, right? Very innocent, without any preconceived notions about how the expression of your concern will go, because it's holding compassion and mercy for the self, right? And being really fixed in your own confidence that you're holding yourself to a certain standard with someone. You're not going to be anything that they wouldn't expect from you in your light, right? That they wouldn't expect it from you in your light, that you're going to hold yourself in that high honor, but that you're also going to be really clear, right? That you're also going to be really clear about what it is that you envision, right? Because that dreamy energy is very third eye. It's about what you envision. And that continues with the Prince of Wands, which is visionary, and the Ace of Discs, which is formation, okay? Because you want change, right? You want joy. Whatever this is that you're starting out with, you want change and joy. You want harmony, okay? And if something is off and you're feeling like the investment is resulting in some kind of loss or some kind of drain, then obviously you want that to shift, right? So that there's reciprocity and or gratitude, right? Even if they can't repay it to you now, you know, or repay it to you later, maybe they'll pay it forward. And I think with the Prince of Wands, there's definitely this moving forward with the vision, right? You're manifesting big time, and we have transition with the Death card come out with the Light. Now, the Light is a special holy arcana to this particular deck. So I'm going to read for you what the Light means in reverse. Okay, so the Light represents the formless, shapeless, unknowable, and undefinable. Okay, it speaks to the revealing and illuminating of something that's hidden. In the reverse, though, something's concealed. Okay, this creative power is infinite and is a reminder that Spirit is always with you. And it might feel murky or confusing right now. You might not see an all-encompassing solution. So there's definitely transformation happening and taking place, but you don't necessarily see it. And what's happening is the Wheel of Fortune is turning towards your purpose, right? We have fortune, and then the Three of Wands in this upright position is purpose. So whatever the communication is, it's in alignment. It was meant to be had. And whatever transpires after, you might not be able to see with clarity how it's transforming for the absolute better, right? But it most definitely is. Now, how it feels is a completely different story. Okay. So even though what it looks like is in alignment, what's happening, what is visible, right, and what's happening in the conscious world is in alignment, it doesn't necessarily feel that way. Okay. The Ten of Wands with the Knight of Swords is about communicating burden. It's about it's communicating the burden, right? That everything is on you, or that you're the one that's putting a lot in and not getting a lot back, right? And then we have the Eight of Swords clarified by the Sun with the Nine of Swords, which to me, the mental entrapment, right, with the Eight of Swords, the binding, the inability to move or do because someone else isn't necessarily budging. I think what's blowing up or being illuminated is the fucking nightmare. Okay, with the Sun and the Nine of Swords. There's no good way to read the Nine of Swords. It's the nightmare. The Nine of Swords is literally the nightmare card. And I think what is coming to be illuminated with the Sun is exactly what you feared. It's exactly what you feared. And it's manifesting for a reason, right? Spirit has it manifesting top and bottom of the deck for a reason. It's manifesting a move. The Chariot is under that, okay? You're getting out of some kind of maze. Some kind of mental maze that you've been trapped in. Because the Page of Swords is under that. And you're manifesting some kind of call to the universe or call to God, like, please fucking help me. You know what I mean? Like, if you felt stuck in something and you haven't prayed in a while, you're praying now because the Tower comes down. And even though fortune is upright here, what's actually going on is fortune is in your favor. It doesn't feel like that. The Tower clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, what you've received or manifested, right? Divine feminine earth energy is flipping. So the reality might seriously be going through a tumble, right? Especially because Mars is in Leo, the Tower. It's trining on your house, right? Mars is trining on Aries. You might feel like your pride or your ego is taking a hit, but really, I think your masculine energy is in alignment, right? Because Mars is masculine energy, and I think it's in alignment. It's got to be in alignment because it's Four of Wands energy clarifying that. It's your own inner union, right? Whatever you felt the need to discuss was coming from a place of inner union, and this is the reminder. As crazy as it feels to move through June, it is in alignment, okay? It is in alignment. Don't lose sight of that. If something is being perceived as a loss and you have to have a genuine discussion about it, right? Going in with an innocent mind and not, you know, preconditioning yourself to believe it's going to go a certain way or not. Like, hold yourself in high honor and let the pieces fall into place, because whatever is in misalignment's got to go, right? Whatever is in misalignment's got to go. So Aries, I have faith that that will help. There's definitely forward movement in the right direction. It might not feel like that, but it 100% is. Okay, 100% is in the right direction. So let not your heart be troubled, right? Let not your heart be troubled. It's okay. All right. Moving into Cancer. All right, what is going on? With Cancerian energy. Cancerian placements, the house in which Cancer rules for you. Venus starts out in your sign for June and ends up clicking into Leo. And then, of course, we have June Cancer birthdays, so the sun will be in Cancer towards the end of the month. So what is going on with Cancer? And like I said, we're going to have Lilith pop into your sign straight through June 14th, I believe. So we have the Ace of Swords realization. This is what June is going to look like for Cancer. What is June going to look like? Six of Wands. Princess of Wands. Clarities, please. We've got the Hierophant. The Eight of Discs. And the Princess of Discs. We got the Two of Discs on the bottom. And the Hanged Man on top. Surrendering to change. Those are the two upright words on the cards, top and bottom. So Cancer is in a state of surrender, a realization of spirituality, right? The Ace of Swords with the Hierophant is big. The Ace of Swords with the Hierophant is big. This is huge spiritual clarity, okay? Big third eye open, seeing it really clearly from a very high perspective. Chiron in Aries, which is very Hierophant energy, is going to end up aspecting on Lilith, right? Doing what is almost a completely exact hard square with Lilith. And I'm feeling it like whatever is illuminated for Cancer, it's going to be a major victory for all the hard work you've put in, okay? Because we got the Six of Wands with the Eight of Discs. This is victory for diligence, okay? Victory for diligence. I think that you being able to stay open, especially with Pluto, right, opposing this Lilith energy, integrating the transformation, allowing to remind yourself that you're an observer, right, that you're an observer, to not get wrapped up in emotional abandonment, which, you know, whenever I end up having Lilith on my Cancer moon, I have a Murphy's Law kind of day. But it's always serving some kind of higher purpose that I may or may not be able to see. And that's just me, you know, Cancer moon, 29 degrees. But I feel like whatever is going on, especially because Venus is hanging out around the final degrees of Cancer while Lilith is retrograding into it. All right, Venus doesn't click into Leo until Lilith is at about 26 or 25 degrees, although she does go all the way back to 20 degrees. Venus is going to be lightening that energy in opposition to Pluto for a little while that's going on. Lilith retrograding over Venus is a self-discovery, because Lilith retrograde is self-discovery. It's when she's direct that we find ourselves in self-abandonment. Just keep it in mind that if you can continue to be of service to the higher soul that is the creator energy, if you can remember throughout whatever is going on in June that you are of the creator's energy, I think you'll be better off, right? Because the Princess of Wands is enthusiastic with transmutation, the Princess of Discs, right? Enthusiastic and transmute. It's like the universe is using you like a crystal, like how we use crystals to transmute energy and empower us. The universe is using you kind of like a crystal. Okay, that's the energy I'm getting off of these cards. The universe is using you something like a crystal to help transmute the energy going on around you in the world. Like you are just simply an observer. You're observing the light and observing the storm. It doesn't actually affect you. Right? The Hanged Man, there's light and rainbow and then there's storm, but neither are affecting the Hanged Man. He's just hanging there. Right? And then we've got this rainbow snake at the bottom and this rainbow type Ouroboros energy here. This yin yang two of discs. Ooh, and the reveal card is under that, the light card. So you're going to see the change. The change is going to be super fucking clear. It's going to be resolving something that felt trapped or caged and bring some kind of abundance in. Okay? The energies may feel difficult, but Jupiter is not squaring your sign anymore. It's sextiling it, which is what this card is about. It's got the word Jupiter at the bottom. It's Jupiter energy. Okay? Jupiter and Capricorn energy. So it's bumping and boosting, right? Jupiter is boosting this Pluto and Capricorn. They're in quincunx, right? No. They're still in square, but they're of same element. So there's this challenge, right? It won't be quincunx until it reaches the very, very end of Taurus. So forgive me because I digress. They're in square. But they're in the same sign or same element, right? They're in the same element. So the fact that Jupiter in Taurus is squaring Pluto in Capricorn, it's pushing you in a very big way to take ownership of your life, right? Which is what this diligence energy is. This 8 of discs, which is Sun and Virgo energy. Okay, so be aware. Jupiter is here too. We got Jupiter multiple times. We got Taurus energy here. Double Earth here. And the Princess of Wands is technically Earth and Fire. So we got a lot of Earth energy here on the spread. Lots of Earth. So everything going on in Earth is actually benefiting the water of Cancer, right? It's all short of, you know, what's going on with Pluto in opposition. It's all sextiling, trining, like it's all being helpful. So all of the Earth energy going on in Taurus is definitely helping you out. If you have very early Cancerian placements, Pluto going back into Capricorn at 29 degrees is actually going to quincunx early Cancer placements. So that opposition isn't going to affect you the way an opposition would, so much as the quincunx ends up being like a wild card for healing, a wild card door that can open. So just be mindful of that, okay? So let's see what else is going on with Cancer, because I do feel ultimately like you're being really, really clear and observant, and you're doing what you need to do in alignment with spirit, acting like a transmutation agent for what's going on around you. My nose just started itching like crazy. Being a crystal, right? Acting like a crystal for the divine. Transmuting energy going on around you. What does June feel like? What does June feel like for Cancer? What does June feel like for Cancer? We've got the Three of Swords. There's two of those in this deck. Okay. We got the Three of Swords. We got the Nine of Wands. Minor Arcana for Chiron. What else? We got the Moon. Clarities, please. Got the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is clarifying the Three of Swords. And then we've got the Hanged one in the reverse. So we've got the Hanged Man now twice. And we've got Temperance in reverse clarifying the Moon. So we've got some major arcana. We got the Page of Wands on the bottom, now out twice. And the Five of Pentacles on top. So, what does it feel like, Cancer? It feels like healing. And a little bit of confusion. We know it's not, you know, healing's not always sunshine and rainbows, but you're bringing in some kind of manifestation. Queen of Coins and 10 of Cups. It's like you've planted a secret seed inside a chest in the ground that you can only open with a key. Right? And Chiron is the key. Okay? And I feel like whatever you're doing, you're following your feel-goods. You might not be able to see what's going on, but you're following your feel-goods. And honestly, being optimistic, because I feel like with the Five of Pentacles, there's some kind of feeling left out or abandonment or isolation type energy being triggered. Which, to be fair, might be you just looking from the outside and wanting to water it and maybe knowing that you can't, and you're just being asked to observe, right? You're not being asked to partake in it. You're being asked to observe, which might, and you might sense and know that. You know you can't interfere, which might be painful for you. But it would be going against your intuition to actually interfere. And it's having you see, right, or release this stuck feeling around your own wounded energy, right? Especially if you've gone through things in life where you didn't understand why people weren't helping you. And it's not necessarily because they didn't want to help you at the time, but they couldn't. They weren't being guided to help you. And maybe you were unreachable then, right? The Moon with the Temperance in reverse, it's childhood related. It's childhood related. It's maternal wounding related. It could be wounding surrounding you being a mother, not being able to help because you know that there's nothing, one, you can actually do, and or they're not in a position that they're willing to actually receive it, right? And that, you know, with your own mother, you can kind of look back and remember when, you know, maybe your mother wanted to help you or advise you or guide you, and you were unreachable and didn't want to hear it. You know what I mean? And finding this ability to just hold space and transmute the energy, like instead of offering nurturance or offering guidance, it's like, listen, I know you're going through a lot. If you really want to hear solutions, I'll give them to you. If you just want me to listen, I'll just listen. But I won't give you advice if you're not going to take it. So if you want advice, like, ask me for advice because you're going to take it. because you legit don't know what to do. And I'm telling you, and you might not like it. You know what I mean? Like, prefacing in a way like that so that you can actually be like the crystal, right? Willing to receive it. The experience, right, of what is going on around you, being able to receive it, and utilize your own energy in the most effective and efficient way. All right. Cancer. So I do feel like there's going to be the temptation to feel heavy. And I think if you get stuck in the woundings, it will feel heavy. But if you can remind yourself that you are an observer, and people can only meet you as far as they have grown and or are willing to grow, then you won't be so hard on yourself, right? Energetically speaking. Follow your feel-goods. If it doesn't feel good to have your love ignored, right, then don't do that, right? Don't put yourself in a position where your love's being ignored. All right. Libra. I'm getting into Libra energy. Spirit, please. What does June look like for Libra? Libran placements, the house in which Libra rules for you. What is going on with Libra? We got the Ten of Cups out. We got the Magician out, the Wizard. And the Ace of Discs reversed. Clarities, please. We got the Way. We've got the Nine of Cups reversed. And we got the Hierophant with the Ten of Discs. Spiritual legacy. We've got Three of Wands on bottom. And the Eight of Discs on top. All right. So Libra. What it looks like. It looks like having to let something go that you may have put a lot of work or time into in order to go on your own personal journey, right? I got a lot of ones here. Two tens and an ace. And I'm looking at this like you're praying for this Ten of Cups, right? This happy oasis of a dream, right? This happy life that no one ever believes is real or believes exists until they fall upon it. But that means letting go of something that you once wished for. Letting go of something that you used to wish for. Because the foundation, in order for you to manifest your spiritual legacy, you have to dissolve a certain lifestyle or a certain reality that you've built. This is about your journey. It's not about your 3D manifestation and how you can continue to build on this specific 3D manifestation. I think your 3D manifestation is changing. And I think if you try and hold it together, that you're going to be creating more interference than you care to create. I think this was once a wish for you. And if you've had to up and change things before and it worked out well, then I would consider tuning into that reminder, that energy reminder that you have, you know, up and dissolved things and removed your reality before, and that it worked out really well for you, and that you're being called to kind of do it again. That you're being called to reinvent yourself completely. Per your spiritual legacy. Okay. Being married to what is essentially your children, because they are your spiritual legacy. How well your children are healed in the world has a lot to do with you. What is important for them to learn, right? And choosing your highest good, because it is in their highest good to witness you. It is your highest good, right? And their highest good to witness you, you know, showing them what leading by example is. Like life, this is what life is about. It's not about this, it's about this, right? It's kind of leaving them something to remember you, you know, like, because we're not always going to be here. We're not always going to be here as parents. So what legacy are you leaving behind for your children to fall back on, type thing? And even if you don't have children, like hypothetically speaking, what would you teach them then, you know? What would Spirit have you do? What does this reality feel like, right, for June? We've got the Two of Pentacles. What else? We got the Magician, now out twice. We got the Seven of Wands. We got the Empress, clarifying the Two of Pentacles. This is definitely about kids and legacy. The King of Swords, clarifying the Magician. Oh, my nose is still going crazy. And the World card. Yeah, you're gonna have to defend your choices coming out of this cycle in order to close it. People are gonna try and keep you from doing it or pull you in, keep you in. What do you mean? You're crazy. Like, got the Two of Wands on top and the Tower on bottom. Yeah, like this is a major choice shakeup to move forward with the Six of Swords and the Lovers under that. But you can't stay for these people. They're already branded. They're going down a certain path that you are not on. You got to decide what you're manifesting with the Empress and the Two of Coin. What do you want to receive? Because you can stay where you are. Although I feel like over time you're going to slowly feel disconnected from Spirit, slowly disconnected from, you know, signs and synchronicities. I think over time, if you stay where you are, it's not like it's going to be bad. It's just going to be very unguided. It's almost like you're going to feel like there's a distance between you and spirit, even though that distance is not real. It's going to feel that way if you choose to continue, right, the way that you've been. The Magician with the King of Swords, this is manifesting your peak. This is seeing the maze, knowing that you've got a map, that Spirit gave you an intuitive map. He's literally, the King of Swords is literally holding a map of the maze that's behind him. Because he created the entire, he could see the entire maze from where he's standing at the top. So he's got a map. He's got a map of the whole maze. He could see his way through, right? He could see the way through. Because you can't not go through the maze. Where you're going is on the other side of the maze. So let Spirit, right, the higher perspective of things, which is what the King of Swords represents, let Spirit, who has the map, because Spirit can see from the higher perspective, to guide you through it, to make it easy and painless, right? That you don't have to be stuck in the maze longer than you have to, because if you got to get to the other side of the maze to have your highest manifestation realized and made manifest, then you don't want to feel lost, right? Without Spirit, lost in the maze, unable to get out, right? Feeling unguided. You're going to have to defend yourself on the way out. You're going to have to defend your choices for people who do not understand on the way out. People are always going to want you to stay, and they might have very valid reasons for wanting you to stay. Very valid reasons. But when you got to move, you got to move, right? When you got to shift, you got to shift. When you got to see higher, you got to see higher. When you got to get through, you got to get through. So that you have that feeling of Spirit's always with you all the time, you know. You're moving on to your next wish granted. You've got to let this one go so that you can move on to your next one. That was Libra. Now we're getting into Capricorn. Getting into Capricorn. Really, my poor nose going crazy. Going crazy. What is going on, Spirit, please? With Capricorn and Capricorn energy. What is going on? Capricorn, Capricorn placements. The house in which Capricorn rules. With Pluto popping back in there, what does June look like for Capricorn? We've got the King of Swords. The Queen of Cups. Really analytical and reflective are the key words. And the Five of Swords reversed. All right, clarities. We've got the Crown. That's the World card. Got the 5 of Discs. And the 9 of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Prince of Discs. This is my What Dreams May Come card. The movie with Robin Williams. And the 4 of Discs. Sun and Capricorn energy. All right. Analytical and completion and embodiment. The King of Swords with the World. This is Saturn and Earth energy. With this fire and air energy. King of Swords is flying on a unicorn, a Pegasus unicorn, whose horn is glowing, and he's moving high speed, aiming at something that is seemingly exploding light from beyond the card. Might very well be this Lotus energy here, right? That the King of Swords is rushing towards it, that's the clarifying card. I think looking at things, I think you're quick to close a chapter as soon as you realize it needs closing, in order to reach this fulfillment type energy, because the reverse of the World is unfulfillment. So I feel like you're seeing something, Cap, and fulfilling or closing karma in this life, right? You're closing out some kind of karma. With the Queen of Cups and the 4, or the 5 rather, the 5 of Discs. 4 of Discs on the bottom, right? I think you're being super pragmatic about your own stability, right? You're being super realistic. But I'm wondering if you're worrying, right? When you let your emotions be felt, makes me wonder if you're doing it from a place of worry. Thinking about whether or not that was the best choice. But ultimately releasing the 5 of Swords in the reverse, it's wrath. Upright, it's conflict, but in the reverse, it's wrath. It's clarified by happiness. Jupiter, Pisces energy. I think you're going to super detach. It's almost coming off like a divine wrath. Because whoever or whatever it is as much as you would like to depend on them or it, whatever it is, I think as much as you would like to depend on it, a part of you knows you can't. And so you're being pragmatic. You're taking the time to kind of sit and think on or meditate on what is in your best interest. Highest good wise, you know? And that the more you think about it, the fact that you can't depend on whatever this was or whoever this was, and they may have been something you wished for in the past, it's almost like they're showing up as the way you wished for them, like way too late, to the point that there's already been some kind of tears shed and some kind of anger or frustration that you've had to heal from surrounding it. And now the fact that it or they may be coming back in the way you had wanted, and it's happening really late. They might get wrath, which is also divine, okay? That could definitely be happening sometime when Venus is leaving Cancer and moving into Leo, because it'll still be opposing Pluto and Capricorn, right? That cusping energy. I think it pisses you off that they're finally the way you hope they would be, and it's like so fucking late now. You know? Like, why couldn't you see that? What the fuck I was saying sooner? Like, it's too fucking late now. What the fuck? What does June feel like for Capricorn? What does it feel like? Got the Five of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Death card, and the Eight of Wands. Clarities, please. Four of Pentacles, now out twice. Really got a lot of fives. We got the Five of Discs, the Five of Swords, now the Five of Wands. Got the Nine of Swords on the Page of Wands. Clarify death, please. The High Priestess. Double major for water. And we got the King of Pentacles. Yeah, Spirit's guiding you to your high manifestation. Ooh, we also have the Two of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Pentacles, with the Ten of Pentacles on top. Yeah, you're on a stairway to abundance. You're on a stairway to legacy, and you're on a solo mission. The Five of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, I think your ideas are clashing with someone else's. Right, because we have the Five of Wands, and it's two birds literally in fight near a tree fighting with sticks. Literally, they're fighting over sticks. Yeah, I feel like whoever this is, like you're unwilling, as they are unwilling to receive the other's ideas. Because it's like, let's just use that example. Like someone comes back around and they finally want to get on board with what you wanted them to do the whole time. Like maybe someone's like, oh, I can't be friends with you because, you know, I'm friends with this person and you and this person had it out. So I'm going to stay friends with them because me and them have been friends longer, but they were wrong. You know what I mean? And you're like, listen, my fight with them has nothing to do with you. Like they're clearly fucking wrong. How could you take their side? Right. And now, you know, fast forward, this person's like, yeah, so-and-so was such an asshole. You know, I miss you. I should have stayed friends with you. And, you know, all this time that's passed and, you know, let's be friends again. And you're looking at them like, I fucking told you though. And they don't seem to understand why you're upset, you know what I mean? And why you don't necessarily want them back in your life because you still don't like that other person. And you don't know if they're going to run back to that person and then be like, oh, I can't talk to you anymore or be friends with you because me and so-and-so worked it out. You know what I mean? And you just, like, you can't depend on them. They had an opportunity to show they were a solid friend then. And they didn't. You know what I mean? So how could you rely on them to be a solid friend in the future when they've already showed you they're not a fucking solid friend? They're not in your corner. They don't have your back. They didn't even stand up for what was right when someone was obviously fucking wrong. So they don't seem to grasp the concept of they already fucked it up and you can no longer trust them or depend on them to be the kind of friend that they needed to be before. And maybe you're failing to see that they truly do understand that they fucked up and that they really did see so-and-so for their true colors. And even if so-and-so tried to reconcile, like, they're not going to fuck it up with you again. You know, they'll make it very clear with the other person, like, listen, me and Cap are friends. And if you don't like it, like, maybe you should apologize to Cap. And then if that person freaks out, how could you say that? Da, 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 da. I said what I said. Like, you don't actually trust them to be dependable now because they didn't show it before, right? So it's kind of like this clashing of ideas where you guys are both holding on to the stability that's been created without whatever it is, right? You're not willing to risk something that has proven not dependable. You would actually have to communicate your, right, Page of Wands, putting yourself on the pyre, right? They're literally building a pile of sticks and putting themselves on the pyre because it's Phoenix energy, right? The burning off of the old self and allowing the new self to be born, right? Like a moth to a flame, letting go of the old carcass and being reborn. It's that kind of energy. And it's coming out with the Nine of Swords. You're going to have to communicate, right? Putting yourself on the pyre. What you're afraid of. I'm afraid that if I bring you back into my life and so shows back up, that you're just going to say, fuck me all over again. When I wasn't wrong to begin with. And I just got shit on, not by one of yous, but by both of yous type thing. You know what I mean? Take it how it resonates. I'm using a metaphor. But it's like, I've already been shit on. And I'm afraid that if I let you back in, you don't give a fuck, you're going to shit on me again. And if you shit on me again, I'm going to get pissed because, you know, hurt me once, shame on you. Hurt me twice, shame on me. Shame on me. I'm only going to get pissed at myself because, you know, I fucking knew it. You're really going to have to trust your intuition on this one in order for things to transform. You might have to move forward very fucking sovereign, right? Sovereign with other people. If you let them back in your life, then their energy cannot control you or dictate how your day goes. Or you straight up move ahead solo without these people or the situation. because you already know that you've transformed. You are not the same, and your intuition is telling you something's off and you don't trust said person, right? It's not a matter of fear that needs to be overridden. There's this something doesn't fucking feel right. Dread, danger type feeling, right? With this person. Spirit is guiding you towards a new manifestation, a different horizon, right? King of Pentacles and Two of Wands, clarifying the Eight of Wands for a total of 10 Wands. Your manifestation, you're going to have to be able to see the burden in advance with Spirit guiding you, okay? Spirit's going to guide you in the right direction because Spirit doesn't want you burdened. Spirit doesn't want you burdened. You're holding the mountains in your hand, in the palm of your hand. He's literally holding the mountain range in the palm of his hand. You don't let the obstacles control you. You see right past them. Like they're not even there. The obstacles aren't big like they seem. You can hold them in the palm of your hand and Spirit can guide you past it. So trust your intuition and allow it to change things. Because either way, your soul tribe is going to transform and you're going to have people that you could depend on. Or you are going to transform and you're not going to bring people into your future that you couldn't depend on prior, that you can't depend on now. Right? Intuitively, you're feeling like you can't depend on them. So, Cap, I think you're quick to close something and you're using a little bit of wrath to do it because, and it doesn't have to be full-blown rage, right? It's just wrath. It could be very firm and very solid and very matter of fact, like I'm not fucking around. Like that you know, was ridiculous. Like I can't legit feel good about moving forward if you can't tell me that you see how that what transpired was fucked up. I cannot move forward unless I know that you acknowledge how fucked up that was. So if you can't see how fucked up that was, like truly, you have no place in my life. Not now, not today, not like ever. And making it super clear. Like, I don't mean to be a huge bitch, but considering all that transpired, if you're not triggered or indignant at the fact that I'm being a bitch right now, then I know you understand why I'm being such a bitch right now. If you're going to get defensive because I'm in this fucking mode and try and defend yourself, then you don't fucking understand. Then you don't understand why I'm like this. And you got no place in my future. Period. Right? Clear sign. So, cardinal signs, definitely go back, look at the oppositions, right? Cancer to Capricorn and Libra to Aries. Take a look at the challenges and the squares, what needs to be overridden, and all of it for these messages to truly make sense in your life and the houses that they rule for you. All right, and I will see you in fixed signs next. Bye.